everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Digital Camden Youth Action Showcase.
I'm Amelia.
And I'm Adriana. We are two of your hosts today.
We are part of the youth team from Fitzrovia Young Youth in Action, or FYA, who have been planning this event for over a month, working hard to make sure this all succeeds even during these unprecedented times. We are very excited for you all to see what's in store.
For today's digital event, our team has worked hard to create a session that is brimming with the fantastic work and projects of countless young people, with inspiring speakers and panel, workshops or debates, film screenings and musical performances showcasing power and talent.
We want to thank you for joining us today. We know this is not how any of us would either be coming together, but we do hope you find some joy and have fun too. And as part of you attending, there will be a prize draw at random for 3 very lucky people that will come later.
Before we begin, we need to cover some housekeeping. Please be aware that we are recording the event and also some filming of us at the venue, and we'll be making a short film. Your camera and microphone are not activated when at the stage and only activate if you request and are granted access during the sessions. Most audience members will not need or want to join by video or sound.
We have chosen this platform Hop-In for today. This is because it feels a little bit more like when you attend an event in person and gives you the ability to move between areas. If you're on a computer, you will see a menu on the left, reception, stage and sessions. Sessions will only become live later in the event. If you're on your phone, you need to click on the arrow in the circle on the right hand side. This will lower and show you all the menu options.
If you're unsure of where to go and when, you can head to the reception. We have a schedule here, but also some help and guidance on how to use the platform. You'll also see the chat. There are 3 chats. First, the event chat. This chat is accessible whenever you are in Hop-In. This is the best place to ask for help. The stage chat is where you will hopefully share positive feedback and comments for our speakers and performers. The session chat is when sessions are open. This chat is only accessible by the people who are on screen or watching the session. This chat will not be accessible once the chat has closed. We have members of our youth events team and the FYA staff team in the chat here and in the other spaces to support you.
Halfway into the event, you'll be able to choose to take part in a workshop in our sessions area. You can choose from entrepreneurship, hear from Lucinda about how she started her own business, debate, join a debate about the perception of young people, well-being 1, positive relationships, experience a glimpse into the youth design peer mentoring session, well-being 2, play because you can, recognizing when things get bad and what to do about it. Peer mentor and member of Body and Soul, Rumby, you'll need a piece of paper and something to draw with, like a pen or pencil. Networking 1 or networking 2, a chance to get to know some of the attendees, where up to 6 of you can feature on camera to network and share what your priority would be if you were Prime Minister. You can also move between sessions, but please be aware there are only 15 minutes.
There are also a few ground rules for while we are together. Use respectful and professional language, keep it clean and kind. Challenge the opinion, not the person. Personal attacks or bullying will not be tolerated. Please do not share personal contact details during the event for everyone's safety. Only post relevant or helpful appropriate links in the chat.
We would also love if you want to share that you are here with us. Our Twitter and Instagram is at FYAOnRoad. Like, retweet or share or mention us.
In case you're not already aware, Fitzrovia Youth in Action celebrate and empower the leaders for tomorrow, working with young people to create positive change for themselves, their peers and the wider community. We do by offering opportunities to gain experience through different youth-led activities such as peer education, peer support and mentoring, our Warren Centre Youth Management Team and Youth Actions teams, and organising youth-led community events, all whilst being stirred by our youth ambassadors.
Today you are going to meet many of these inspiring young people and others and find out more about the work they are doing to create a better community. We also hope you might connect with each other a little.
So let's get started. Please welcome to the stage our keynote speaker for today, who you may have caught on ITV's This Morning a couple of days ago, FYA member, young entrepreneur and campaigner Anisha Rahman.
Hi everyone, I'm Anisha Rahman and I'm super excited and happy to be here today to open this event. It's so amazing that we even have this event, especially as not only is it organised by young people, but it was organised in very difficult times, both online and offline. So it's just super awesome that we still are actually holding this event. Youth social action is crucial in tackling the problems of the 21st century, which is why today's digital showcase is so important. Today you'll be hearing from some of the amazing young people that are using their skills, ideas and passion to create a real impact in their community. You'll be joining all of us in actually celebrating their achievements and actually witnessing how their deep care and passion for actually tackling these societal problems have actually culminated in them creating real social action that actually benefits us all. You will actually be seeing how all of these young people have actually strived to create real social action and change and actually have worked so hard despite lockdown and the pandemic and have actually made sure that young people are still living in a safe and better community. We have done so much progress since the last showcase, despite the accentuating circumstances that we are in. We even have the Warren Centre now, which is actually finally here, which is just amazing because to actually finally see that youth-led social community hub come to life is just genuinely so amazing. So, thank you.
Well, thank you, Anisha, for opening the event. You'll get to hear a little bit more from her later in the event during our panel. So now it's time for some talent. First up, we have the amazing Ella Calica.
I was there looking into the sun. I was there to let go of my sorrow, release the guilt I have nurtured inside. And then you came to me, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. And then you came to me, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. And then you came to me, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. And then you came to me, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful that I wanted to hide. I was there looking into the shadows. I was there looking into the sun. I was there asking for your forgiveness, silent prayers of my tired heart. And you were waiting there, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. And you were waiting there, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. And you were waiting there, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. And you were waiting there, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. I had to stay. I look around, searching out for the shadows. They disappear in the light of the sun. Your love melts down all the ice from my cheekbones. I'm mesmerized by the warmth of your smile. As you look at me, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. As you look at me, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. As you look at me, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. As you look at me, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful and sweet, so beautiful. I know I'm yours.
Ella via Soapbox at Dragon Hall, who ran a youth-led music live streams to bring people together during lockdown and continue to provide a platform to young artists when all venues were closed. You can discover other artists like Ella and other talent like we have here today every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Up next, we have two of our own event managers. Please welcome to the stage Nana and Amelia.
We're just going to be singing a song that means quite a lot to us, part of being a part of the gospel choir of our school, and we hope that you enjoy it.
has come to
so much. Now for our first set of film screenings, where some of these films were created with young people during the height of lockdown from their own home.
Enjoy.
I worry about the skin I'm in. I remind myself I'm different. Not even a good different, a different that some don't like. Look at racism from my eyes, the looks I get, the words and the lack of opportunities. Stereotypes are real, and racism is even more so. Trying to tackle the issue is harder. I'm trying not to be angry. But how else am I supposed to feel but angry? Taunted for being black and feeling like less of a person. When did people have the right to racially abuse others? When you see the news, it's bad. All of that doesn't even shock me anymore. Police killing and hurting a man hanging onto his last breath. I can't breathe. All I saw was his life ending in seconds. 3, 2, 1. Riots broke out across the globe. People can't tolerate this. I worry about people not accepting me. The future difficulties I may face because of my race. It's sad to see people being cruel to one another. The world seems unfair. We mustn't forget that we are all human. We deserve the right to be treated equally. Doesn't matter about the colour of our skin. This is a message to remind everyone that people shouldn't be killed because of their skin colour. They shouldn't be hated for it, and their lives should mean something. We need to stand together against racism. We need to make sure no more pain or suffering happens. We need to start now.
You know, it's tough times, you know, and with this coronavirus and all of that, the best advice I can give to anyone is just staying occupied. Whether that's doing, I don't know if you're in uni, college, doing work, or if you don't have any work to do, find some work to do. You could learn a new language. There's an app called Duolingo. I've been learning Spanish on it for a couple months. The thing I'd recommend is working out, staying fit, you know, doing home workouts. You could Google home workouts. There's a million types, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything too extreme. It could be light, just something, you know, to keep you active, keep you on your toes, because we have to stay healthy in this period as well. We can't forget that, because I know a lot of young people especially are probably going to bed at 5 in the morning, waking up at 3 p.m. and it's like long term, it's not good for you. You can use all this time to just sleep around and be unhealthy, or you can take advantage of this time and do something productive or learn something new that can benefit you for when we get out of this situation. Keeping yourself, you know, busy with doing things so you don't have to think about the fact that we're at home all the time and we can't see our friends, because if we're not staying busy, then, you know, all of the stress and frustration, it'll all get to our heads, you know. And I can say for one that you know, it's already affected me mentally, you know. There's been quite depressing lows I've hit, but I just try my best to stay occupied.
When I was a young child, I was always happy. I was the weird kid who smiled at all the strangers on the way. But after I came here, my character started to change.
I was always feeling sad and worried about people that I left behind.
I couldn't sleep at night. All the time I closed my eyes, I knew that it wasn't my house, it wasn't my bed, and I wasn't safe enough.
Sometimes I did not eat or even talk. My head was killing me.
I didn't even know who to ask for help, and for me it's just like I was in a different planet. I don't know what direction to go.
I was always interested in dance, but when I first came here and started to drown in my problems, I didn't even think of dancing. As soon as I rediscovered it and started learning new things on YouTube, I became happier.
When I started to see my counselor and I started to talk with him, I started to open myself and I allowed people to help me. I even started to think about my future.
I feel that I shouldn't be afraid because I made a lot of good friends and we could learn from each other.
I realize it is okay not to feel okay all the time. You are not going to forget, but you get used to it.
You know, you tell yourself, if it happened to me, I'm not the first person, and also I won't be the last person. All I can do is to help others in the same situation as me.
So I decided to declare change, talking about what I feel, talking and open up to friends and people that you trust. It's important. Now I feel more comfortable and confident that I'm okay. Whatever you come through, hard, bad, negative, will all pass. It's just a matter of time and belief.
So when I'm bored, because of coronavirus, when I'm bored, I'd like to do some songwriting. As I play my cards right and do what I need to do. Doesn't matter if it takes day or night. I know I will still get through. I ignore what they say about me, cause I know who I wanna be. I wanna be, I wanna be. Don't care what people think of me, cause I know my true identity. There's beauty inside.
Coronavirus. It's all over the news. Reporters trying to tell us about all that we could lose. Coronavirus, spreading across the globe. How are we meant to cope when our world is going up in flames, leaving nothing behind but smoke? Experts say that our planet is dying, but who do we listen to when all the politicians are lying? Sometimes I think about lockdown, isolation, and I have some doubt. All this uncertainty makes me want to shout. The numbers don't always add up, and the facts seem fictional. Disposable masks on the face of every person I see. Plastic gloves that will end up washed into the sea. Waste covers every corner of our planet, leaking toxins, wreaking havoc. But is it time to panic? School strike action, the young are standing up. Our house is on fire, we are fed up. COVID-19 hasn't immobilized the cause, although it has deterred us a little with a short pause. But it's got us thinking about whether everything is true, questioning all that we've been through. During this time, our awareness grew, and now we know that it's time to take a stand.
Yeah. Motive. Freddie Williams on the beat. Shout out to all the key workers, NHS workers, everyone social distancing and doing what they can. We'll make it through, don't worry. How did it happen? I don't know science. Conspiracy theorists don't know if they are lying. Getting in my brain and really twisting up the truth. I don't know about these powers or the things that they could do. Admitting all these gamma rays can turn me to the Hulk, yo. That's a little levity, so learn to take a joke, bro. Got me feeling up and down, that's something like a pogo. Never had more meaning than that, I'm screaming YOLO. Every day is all the same, it's like a routine. Wake up at school, desk by the TV screen. Missed calls, messages from the whole team. That's my 5Gs coming like with EE. Life's hard, we all know it, man. Guess we all know nothing in this life can never go to plan. But stay safe, stay home and stay healthy, cause one day I want us all to stand, do you understand? We all need to come together in this moment, but literally you need to stay where home is, cause you could even give it to the homeless. Or what about a younger or a older? That's a life in your hand and a weight on your shoulder. Vulnerable or not, you need to know what's going on, so sit your ass back in the chair and really listen to this song. I'm sick of trying to reach out to these people, said my piece, maybe someone else can carry this one on. Yeah. And we just need to hear a round of applause. Not just for the NHS workers, but for everyone. All the key workers. Shout out everyone on lockdown right now. Going out for that one bit of exercise a day. Self-isolation. MOTIV.
Hi, my name is Mathura and I'll be your interviewer today. So today we're joined by
Dion
and
Gloria.
So just to get to know our lovely guests a little bit more, why don't you tell me what your favourite animal is?
Dogs all the way.
Dogs. Okay. You?
I don't like animals that much, but if I had to pick one, I'd say a lion because they're fierce.
They're good creatures, we love to hear it. So, why don't you start by telling us what the main topic of your film was about?
Right, so the main topic of our film is mainly about mental health and what people are going through and the emotions and what they're thinking during these hard times. And especially with COVID around as well is making it very hard. And having to social distance from your friends, not really getting to hang out with them, and then knowing that some of your family members are still working during this pandemic is really hard. So we're making this film to show people that you're not really alone and that we're here and that we're aware of what the situation is and what's going on really.
That's really good to hear. So what would you say inspired you to focus on your topic personally?
Well, I mean, I've been going through the same situation as everyone else. I mean, I was really motivated and determined to make this film. I wanted to help in any way, shape or form that I could. So that's why I did this film.
Thank you, that's really good, Dion. So what was your main topic of your film?
The main topic of my film was about parental separation.
Okay.
It was about parental separation. And basically, during coronavirus, people have been split up. So people are going through certain problems. Some people, their parents and their family have been split. So it's kind of hard for them to adjust to that situation. And like I said, lots of people go through many different things. I was also doing it on, so we all have characters basically, and one of us has a problem, whether we're upset, whether we might feel self-harm, or just ways of how some people might deal with this, which is a very serious issue that's actually happening right now.
That's a really important topic to discuss. What would you say inspired you to focus on that topic for your film?
What inspired me to focus on that topic is, I have a friend, and she's been going through it for quite a long time right now.
Right.
And I feel that raising this issue is going to help her with her, and then maybe it will show her maybe good, better ways of how she can deal with that problem.
Wow, you're such a great friend.
Thank you.
So, did you find this experience of making the films challenging? What issues did you face?
I didn't really find it challenging, but it was kind of hard to put myself in that character because I don't really go through that type of problem. So it was kind of hard for me to adjust, but I found a way.
Okay. Dion, do you want to tell me about any challenges you faced while making your film?
Yeah. I once had a friend who was struggling through the same thing, and I had to be there. I couldn't let him deal with the problems on his own. I didn't like watching that. Seeing him suffer mentally and then distance himself from the group, and then always being the quiet type. So I mean, I stepped in and I didn't really tell him or give him advice on what to do because I didn't feel like it was my place, but I was there to listen, and tell him I am here. So that's pretty much what I did. And coincidentally, I played a character who does the same thing, so that was kind of, yeah.
That's really great to hear. Why do you think this topic was important for young people, and the fact that from two young members to be leading this film, how do you think that impacted how the film went out? So how did your perspective help?
Well, I mean, it's mainly from the eyes of every single child out there. No one ever really thinks about, I mean, sometimes they do, but not all the time, about how the kid is feeling or how everyone is really dealing with the situation, because most people keep it private. No one really discusses with anyone what they're going through, and then it kind of builds up this negative emotions and it kind of makes you stress out, panic, and go to this dark place that you shouldn't really go to. And that's why I helped make this film, to like show everyone that you can talk to someone. You know, you don't have to always be quiet and deal with the situations on your own. You could find or get someone to help you out with whatever situation you're dealing with, and at least made the weight a little lighter, if it makes sense, any sense, you know?
Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Dion and Gloria. That was really great. It really does give us an insight into some of the campaigns that peer education program has, and we can't wait to see more of the films later on. Next up, we have our workshop, so please head into the sessions area and enjoy. So welcome back to the stage, guys. We hope you enjoyed your session, and something we quickly wanted to highlight before the next segment is some fantastic youth action by Camden Youth Council, who have recently organised brilliant sessions with the Black curriculum taking place fortnightly, with the next session happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. This was in response to listen to young people across Camden at shout-out events they held regarding Black Lives Matter. Check out their Insta for details, which is at Camden Youth Council _. We are now excited to invite to the stage our very special campaigners, activists, volunteers. So please welcome back Anissa, and we have the two lovely sisters, Summer and Winter. Okay, so just to get to know our guests a little bit, why don't you start by telling me your favourite drink?
Oh yeah, definitely water.
Plain Jane, okay, we
Yes,
like it.
really
What about you two?
I've got to say water as well.
Oh.
And bubble tea.
We have the healthy too, and then bubble tea. Okay, so why don't you tell me about how you've been helping your community? So what has your project done that's helped the community?
So me and Winter, my sister, we started a campaign which was to raise funds for students in our school to get them technology they need to access online school during lockdown. So we started doing that in, I say, March probably. And so it's just raising money to buy equipment like computers, laptops, internet access for students who are unable to access their online school.
Oh, that's really thoughtful. So why don't you answer what your project has done for the community?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a lot of different projects, but I'm going to start off with one of my favourites, which is my mental health app. So during lockdown, I designed and programmed my own mental health app that includes an AI-powered assistant called Elios. And what that does is actually aim to curate and deliver targeted advice and external support resources to help young people like ourselves actually manage their emotional well-being needs. And this was in response to the youth mental health care system, because I just felt like at the moment it's not currently really meeting young people's needs, especially as it's overwhelmed, with lack of funding and that sort of thing. I've also been really actively campaigning and pushing for a much more healthier, more inclusive food system. So you may have seen me in the media. So I've recently been on This Morning, and I've actually been in the Mirror and the Daily Mail. So lots of different cool things. But one of the biggest things I've actually done is I've recently talked about how bad the marketing strategy is for junk food and how that's actually contributing to the obesity sort of pandemic that we're having here. So that involved questioning Tesco's Group Quality Director and Nestle's Head of Cereals of UK and Ireland. So very awesome things. But I am still very involved with FYA, because FYA is my home, definitely. So definitely helping out with the Warren Centre. One of the best things is being a Warren Centre manager, and always my favourite thing to do. And, I did get to help create the Art and Soul project as well, which was really cool, because the greatest thing about that is I do really think it really helps improve young people's mental health, especially in our community here.
Thank you, that was great. We have a mini celebrity with us. So why do you believe that young people can solve these issues?
Because if we don't do it, who else will? Because we're there, at the front line, we see it firsthand what's going on, and the older generation, they don't really see it as we do, so it's up to us to act on it and try and solve the problems at hand.
That's great. Why did you feel that it was down to you to make that app?
Just because I don't really see who else can solve problems that are affecting young people than young people themselves. I've always been really passionate about making sure that young people are at the forefront of every single sort of decision making there is, because I don't see how you can actually let sort of other people really make those decisions for you, really. I don't really see how they would truly understand the impact that these issues have on us, you know. And I think one of the most important things actually with the Youth Social Action is to make sure that you know it's truly benefiting young people, because I think there are lots of things out there now for young people, but not all of those solutions are clearly working, because we still have all of these crises at hand here, which is why I think the only way really that you can combat those issues is actually having young people instead speak about those issues, making sure that young people have the platform to actually talk about it, hence why I'm really passionate about making sure that young people are always there. So hence my podcast and talk show, just making sure that young people are always given the opportunity to actually talk about the issues that they deeply care about, and making sure that they have this sort of resources and tools to actually, you know, create social action. And I think just making sure that they are able to also develop the skills is just really good as well, because it is a hard thing, but there is really no one other who can actually really create that change that we need.
It's great to see that young people are sort of a hope right now. So what do you hope to see in the future related to your work?
Yeah, definitely. So currently my app has been doing quite well, I think, considering since lockdown. It has been endorsed by lots of big companies out there. So MasterCard and Barclays recently talked about it in their social media. So it's very awesome, actually, at the moment. And at the moment, I'm just making sure that young people are actually testing my product as well. So I've had young people, thanks to the NHS Tavistock Trust, actually test out my prototype. So I'm still in the development stages, because programming and designing, it does take a long time. But what I do hope is, so in November I'll be pitching to lots of different NHS executive directors. And what I do hope, already there's been talks already, but to have them actually implement it in their new NHS mental health website for young people. And it'd be really good, because it would allow lots of children in North London actually to be able to use it. But then I'm hoping otherwise after that to expand and making sure it's to the whole UK and even globally. So I have lots of big ambitions here, but I think mental health, the youth mental health care systems, I think it's not like something they vary around the world. I just don't think it's a very, how do I say it? It's an issue that not very lots of good solutions have actually come about, I think, globally. And I think, for me, having my product, I think, would really help to make sure that young people are actually able to have that control and independence over managing their mental health. And I do hope with the campaigning that eventually we do start seeing the U-turn, I guess, with the free school meals, and making sure that actually things are changing actually with the sort of food crisis out there.
Thank you, that's great. Back to you guys. What do you hope to see in the future in relation to your campaign and all that?
Personally, I don't want to see my campaign keep on going, because I want it to stop, because there'll be a point where digital divide just doesn't exist anymore, and everybody has the means to access different opportunities online. In the near future, I'm hoping we get more. We've already got some funding from different companies, which has been absolutely amazing and has helped so much. But it's not just 2 companies. We want more and more to actually help stop this issue it's just so wrong, and we really want it to be solved.
How do you think that some of the challenges you faced was overcome while starting this campaign? So what are some of the challenges and how have you overcome them?
So I can personally say winter might have some different challenges, but one of the main challenges for me was asking. I've always had a big worry, that you just don't ask someone, and that's like the main thing I'd like to say is just, if there's something you can take from this, it's to actually ask, because you don't know if they're going to say yes, you don't know if they're going to say no, you don't know the opportunities that are going to come from it. So literally, that was one of the big problems and challenges for me, was actually getting up the courage to ask people to help, to get involved. So for me, that was one. For me was probably starting it off because we were a bit apprehensive of how it would go, and it was a bit hard to kind of get it known on social medias. But once it started off, it was okay, because people engaged and they realised this was a topic which was so important. So that problem did
didn't like last long, so it was good. But yeah.
That's great. How would you say the older generation, so like maybe teachers or adults, reacted to your initial idea and you taking initiative and going through and carrying this?
Loads of teachers at like my school have come up to like me and been like, "Oh, well done for doing it. It's so good of you." Like, and they also donated a lot of money, so it's like they've been really supportive from the beginning, which is good. So yeah. I think teachers and parents, because I feel like they knew the struggle of number one what we were trying to achieve, and they could actually sympathise with some of the kids who didn't have access to even like the bare education is just a bare necessity, and the fact that kids weren't being allowed to join in a lesson and actually learn stuff for over 6 months was just not okay. So a lot of the adults and teachers and parents, they sympathised a lot, which was really helpful because then they donated.
It's amazing that this just shows how young people do value education. How would you say adults and maybe parents or anyone who around you reacted to you taking the initiative and taking the first step and creating all this?
Definitely a mixed bag of reactions. I think my app was definitely received with lots of great praise, and I had praises, I think, from adults, teachers, all sorts of people. But I definitely know campaigning was a complete mixed bag. Yeah. So we had some people who were obviously very supportive of me, making sure the public knew that we were, talking about how passionate I was, and it was really nice actually to hear that. But then I also did have some negative people with like very prejudged assumptions who were talking about, oh, this person shouldn't be there, and some of the assumptions were quite, harsh and negative and a bit hurtful. Yeah. But it's definitely, I think, one of the most important things I've kind of learned from that is you just kind of have to rise above it. You can't always really change someone's mindset. I think that's the thing with campaigning. Sometimes what you can only do is just sometimes challenge those mindsets and just do what you do and just show your passion and just show how much you care about the issue and just do what you can do, really.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. That was a really informative discussion. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's clear to see that young people are as passionate and initiative as anyone else. And yeah.